Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. We're back in the workshop shed today. Jenny, she's on her little bed in the conservatory, so I won't bother her for now. But we're back to the Ariel, or the BSA Ariel 3 today. We've had, as you probably know, terrible weather, freezing cold, and the last few days has been heavy rain. So I'm going to show you what I have done. I have been doing a few bits, but basically this is going to be pretty much an update, and then I will carry on. There's a few things I need to just get on off camera whilst I do my father-in-law's car, which I will film. Hopefully we'll have a conclusion, but it's the Jaguar XF. It's completely dead. I planned to take it for a run a couple of months ago. Father-in-law is back in a couple of months. He's away for 5. So I thought, well, when I get a chance, just have a look at it and find out what it is. It could be a battery main fuse, something like that. It's completely dead. But I need to have a look at that. So we'll probably film that next week. And in the meantime, I'll still be getting on and working on the BSA Ariel 3. So I'll show you around now, show you what I have been doing, show you some of the bits that have come, and then I'll just show you some of the bits I've got to do. Right, I'm currently working on the front fork. As I say, I had painted all this. This was done on a freezing cold day, but dry. Lucky enough the wife let me take this inside for a few days by the radiator to dry, so it's a bit covered in grease at the moment. So I'm trying to get this back together with the suspension. I've got new rubbers, as I mentioned. The old one wasn't too bad, but I'm just trying to get this tightened up now and greased, this part. And then we've got to put the other rubber on there in a minute. So all the brakes are clean, all nice in there. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. I'll just show you around. The hub's all done. I've got to put some more grease in there later. The other thing, I don't know if you remember last week, I couldn't get hold of any hubcaps that go on at the very end, which so I came up with this idea from China. These like end cap things, and they do fit in there very nicely. I thought, well, that's good, that would do. But when you put the bolt in there, it doesn't quite go in. So that has been useful. When I sprayed this, instead of masking all this up, I was able to just push one of those in there, which was a nice, just masked off the bearings in there. But luckily enough, someone I've been getting the parts from, if I can find them, he has brand new ones. Look at that. So I can just find the old one. I think I mentioned before, wasn't really a great deal you could do with them. Look, they were just so brittle, they were just cracking. I could have sanded it, I suppose, but awful. But I've actually got proper genuine hubcaps, so for later on. So that's that. Right, where's that gone? Right, I'm going to bring you over here slightly. Excuse me. Right, come over here. Now the handlebars, get them out. They weren't up to much. Quite rusty and pitted. So I could have probably painted them, done something with those. But the chap I got all the hubcaps from and other bits, he sent me a new one, a new old stock one. So I haven't got to worry about that. It's just a little bit fine surface rust there, which will clean off nicely, polish off. So I've got new handlebars to go on later. And also he sent me the main hub, well, stub thing, whatever they call it, to go in there, because that was all rusty. When you see it was rusty as well. The main stalk, whatever they call it. What else have we got in here? I've got a gasket, because when I clean the cylinder head. And also, if you remember, I was looking to get some of these roto locks, as I think they're called. So that clips into the bodywork, and then you push that in, twist it, and it locks it. So lucky enough he had 4 of those. So and then in there's also the bracket, brand new bracket for the light that came with the handlebars. So that's a little bit later on. I've got the new what's it called? Yeah, got the new decompression cable for later. So I'll stick that in there for now. Right, so I'll just show you what else needs to be done. But as I mentioned, I can't get this fork back on and all that because I need to paint this. It's supposed to be, it did recommend that it was supposed to be full d'azur blue, which is what that is, but it's pretty much different to that. But it's a metallic as well, so never mind, it'll brighten it up, won't it? It's very dull sort of blue colour. So as I mentioned, I had to take the throttle cables and what have you out, all the other cables. So what I did, when I pulled them through, I tied some string to them and pulled it through up this end. So, but unfortunately, when I went to pull a couple of other ones that came through with the wires, it pulled the string inside there. So that was pretty much a waste of time, but I still have 2, so I can always attach another string later on. So I need to obviously sand all this back, prime it, paint it, and then once that is done, we can get the front back on. And as you know, I've done the wheel is done over there already, which then enables us to then concentrate on this end. And you can see there's the boot of it. Still, lots of surface rust, but I jet washed it the other day and got a lot of the oil off around where the engine was. Got the heated off, got the number plate off, because we've got a new one of those to come, or we have got one. And so I covered all this engine over with a black plastic bag, sealed it all in, and then jet washed it. So a lot of this aluminium stuff has come up quite nice now. And obviously once this is done and we move on to the back, I'll take things off like the exhaust, paint those. Hopefully I'll get this off, this chain guard thing, paint that. And obviously the hubs will be painted on the wheels as well. But once I've at least, as I say, I need to wheel this out to get this sanded down outside. Plan is to tie this down, tie it, and then lift that up, hold it up by the ladder, which gives me enough chance to get underneath and everything. So that's as far as we've got so far. And just a couple of things I'm actually doing at this moment. This is obviously the front mud guard. It's sanded down. I put some plastic primer on there, and it's now got a coat of white. It needs another coat shortly. And then there's this funny little triangle type thing here that goes through the steering stem and fits under here, and then bolts the leg shields and what have you onto it. Excuse me, still suffering from the flu, sorry. Right, okay, so I will get on and do all this, and still I'm taking the pedals off, but I will do get this sanded down and painted up to here, and then we can get that on. So yeah, get that done. We can get the steering leg fork back on again, and the wheel, and we've got to get the bearings in under there before we can do that. And we've got the new handlebars as well. So yeah, so let's get on, just finish off doing this suspension part. Right, so I have to clean this up in a minute. It's all covered in grease now. I've greased this up, and that was quite hard to get off when I first did it. And obviously that has to, when you bring that out, you take this off at the same time, the smaller rubber. So I need to put a little bit of grease in there actually as well for the brakes. But right, so this was one thing I was a bit confused about. I got 2 of these things that's supposed to sandwich the rubber, but looking at the parts manual, didn't actually, I said 1 washer, but looking at this, I thought, well, I don't know why I've got two, but there's, yeah, obviously you can see where it's squeezed in there, so this one's got two. So we can put I think that's the right size. I think so, yeah. So we can now get, I think it must be the bigger one there, on there, which will slide onto that. I hope. Maybe not, maybe not. Well, that's a smaller hole, so I don't know what the difference there is. Yeah, bear with me again, there's always something I've forgotten. Well, I don't know, must have been there somewhere, but as I say, in the instructions or manual, it's only got one that just sits on there. So, well, okay, that's what we do then. If it does go somewhere later, I'll have to deal with it. Okay, so that screws onto there. Okay, so I'll get this tightened up, and also the this bolt as well. Right, that's all tightened up now, the rubbers. This is all torqued down. I've greased the brakes, and over this side, put the hub back on. A little bit of a palaver getting it over the shoes, but I just jiggled them about with the lever, and it's now, they've gone on now, and I've now put some more grease in there, so that should be all right. Now this is where I was hoping to use originally, these things I got from China, so they did fit, but of course once you put them on, you've got the bolt in the way, and nut. So yeah, because they're not concave enough, so we can actually now put a proper one on, I hope, just to finish that off without breaking them again. Oh. This wouldn't just be straightforward, would it? Bear with me. Let me just do this simple thing. It's supposed to be. Oh, would you believe it? That's supposed to be the actual the right one, but I don't know if it's being stopped by that bolt again. I can't do any more than that. That's how it goes. But oh well, I'll come back to that one later. We'll try and sort it out. Don't need to worry about it just yet. But so once this wheel goes on now, which is already done, once that goes back on there, if I put it the right way, I think, yeah. There we go, and that will look nice, won't it? But as I say, can't do anything now until this frame part is painted. Well, unfortunately, there's not pretty much nothing I can show you now until I get this done. The petrol tank over here, I did empty that out. I don't know whether to go for powder coating just for protection, but it's obviously going to be a different colour, isn't it? But we'll see how we go with that. Yeah, I've just got to finish off putting another coat of white on there, and a couple of coats on there as well. That bracket for the leg guards and that. So really, as I say, not much I can show you. That's just a bit of an update really. And then next week I'm going to try and see if we can get that Jaguar XF running again. And in the meantime, I will be carrying on sanding down, and we'll try and get this in paint ready to put that fork back on afterwards. Well, might as well say goodbye to Jenny. She's on her bed, and it's not really nice out there, is it? A bit cold. But yeah, so as I say, next week we'll be back with the Jaguar XF just as a one-off. Hopefully I can get to resolution with it. I have tried other things, but we'll see. But I hope you did enjoy this little bit of an update really. Not much I can show you until I get that rest of the frame painted. So until next week, you take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.